Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints.
Josh Lambo is set to kick off.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep. First carry here for Todd Gurley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd.
They'll run for the first time with Tariq Cohen. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
It's now.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
1st and 10.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's the first carry for Northwestern's Justin Jackson. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They just get the play off. Now Mariota. He finds Robinson. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Mariota. They'll set up the screen here to Justin Jackson. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going. Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And these guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them. Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Mariota. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we? We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. A handoff, it's Mark Ingram. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. They'll try to throw now. Mariota. And he's got it. Touchdown. Saints. Brandon Ayuk with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Saints 7, Falcons 0. Josh Lambo set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. All set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And it's incomplete. It's a dangerous pass. That's what it was. And it brings up second down. On the handoff, it's Gerber. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
By Akeem Hicks. A 3-yard pickup.
And it's throwing his Tagovailoa on third down here. And he's got his man Hilton. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. First down, a run with Cohen. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Tackle made at his 48-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
On second down, Tua. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They'll give him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
The Falcons on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Tua. Flushed out right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
In punt formation.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. J.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So that a 56-yard punt with a 14-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
47-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again. That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Tua. And he rips that one incomplete there.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
First down, Falcons.
He'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down at the 32-yard line. The Falcons on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
And it's 3rd down.
Tua going to throw. Dancing to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Anthony Everett picks it. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
The Saints take over.
2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. He's going to look deep for Perriman. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. Rashawn Perriman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried.
And he's taken down. Back in his own set. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
A loss of 12 on the sack. It's second down.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Complete to Kenny Stills.
From the gun on third, Hill eluding the pressure right. And a throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first two possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
Here's James returning. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10.
7-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
And it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
24-yard line.
Third and long here for Mariota. They'll hit Jackson, complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 18-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think? And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Josh Jones. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
That is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up third and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Now Mariota. James has got it. Complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line.
Complete.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of the half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
They're on the 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Hill. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Dorsett's got it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
It's a gain of 8.
Here's Andy Lee now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Final play of the half here, Mariota. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for... And taken. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And got his man, complete. Past the 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Marcus Mariota with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Saints add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Josh Lambo is set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. taken in the end zone.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
But coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Josh Jones. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On the run, this is Jackson. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
He's brought down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
3rd down.
They'll run it with Jackson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Justin Jackson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Set to kick off.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10. At their own 18-yard.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Tua sets up to pass it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Well, this is It's just been obviously a dreadful day for him throwing the football. Now 4 interceptions. This one leads to 6 points going the other direction. Tough.
Yeah, it is. And this feels old school to me because you never really took out your starting quarterback back in the good old days. No matter what was going on, he was your guy, and you rode him for better or for worse. In today's football, usually we got a backup who's warmed up and has come into the game. So you can see an old school approach here that's not really benefiting them at this point.
And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
He's brought down by...
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. Looking deep here for Ebron. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that one's complete to Gurley. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 14 yards there and a Falcon 1st down.
1st down, Atlanta.
Here's Tua. He gets it to Gurley, complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Complete.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Tua to throw again. And my goodness, another interception. Rashawn Jenkins picks it off. And now this is down the right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Saints 45, Falcons nothing. Josh Lambo set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. Now this is Hilton on the receiving end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Third down.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Complete.
10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Now a draw play for Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 more yards there and another first down.
And there's a run there by Todd Gurley, and we all know he's looking to rebound from the least productive season of his career. And I think Atlanta presents him a great opportunity to do just that. They'll use him really well running it as well as catching it out of the backfield.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. And that'll set them back 5. Going to the air, Tagovailoa, buying time to his left, and his throw is incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Give them 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Looking to pass. Tua, flush to his right. Complete to Hilton. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. It's a 6-yard run, leaves them with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And able to find Dorsett. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 15-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Inside the 5 to the 4. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive, because you know they want to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they have to be aggressive, but they also have to be smart about it as well, because one mistake can turn into 6 points.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 14th touchdown now of the year. And the Falcons are able to make things a bit more respectable. Extra point from McManus is good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Set to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions. Because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Off the play fake, Mariota. It's caught by Jackson. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
To Justin Jackson. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mariota. He finds Robinson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era when we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, down at the 31. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They run on first down with Jackson. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up second.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mariota. They'll set up the screen here to Justin Jackson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Justin Jackson.
A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
And 4.
On 3rd down, this is Jackson. But he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. He finds an opening past the 40. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big run there by Gurley. 43 yards on the ground. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He's going to let it fly. And now here's another interception. T.J. Green with a pick. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Following the interception here, Mariota. Flushed out right, and now he's going to use his legs. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Throwing here, Mariota. Incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
lead.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been terrific so far.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. Jayon Brown able to record his 5th sack of the season. Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 15.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. One final try for Tagovailoa. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. Room here to run. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.